Greetings, everybody. We're gonna put together today. We're gonna see how good this Diezel micro head is right over there. We're gonna compare it to the orange, and we're gonna compare it. We're gonna push everything with that precision drive. We're running it through the Engel 1x12 Pro Cab that has a DV77 speaker in it. I'm not using. We'll run a loop through through these guys too, and push a lead through it. And the guitar I'm using is the Wolfgang Special. So, and then I'm also going to include a link in the description with a review of this that I think you need to see also. There's lots of reviews out on this head that make it sound really, really good. But I'll tell you right up front, I really struggled to get anything that I would have been happy with out of this this little amp. Okay? And I tried best I could to get a good tone. I would be really disappointed if I had paid this much for that, and this is what I got. I would be really disappointed. All right. So anyway, check it out, and then also go to the link that I show you. It's Gear Gods, I think the guy is, and I think you'll find that telling. Hard to get real good out of this. The lead's great. Roll off the volume. Hold off volume. There you go. So there's our comparison package, both amps, and then driven by the horizon. And I'm all for, trying to find. I'm still waiting for the day when I find a solid state amp that sounds as good as a tube amp. And I think I'm still going to be searching. There's a lot of videos out there that make this sound really good, but if I'd paid that much for it, I would be really disappointed. If you want that kind of a tone for less, you could get the Randall RD1 head if you already have a cab, and it's an absolute beast. It sounds so good, and I got one for $203 to the door. That included shipping, tax, and everything. The little Marshall DSL one, on the used market can be had for probably about the same as this. I would be very disappointed if I got this, paid that much for it. Wouldn't even want it if I got it for a lot less. Like I said, there's a lot of videos out there that make it sound good, but I think we're being hoodwinked a little bit by people that would like to promote something, do a really good job at it, maybe get some sales out of it so that they can get some links or some further product or hits or whatever. But I don't think you'll be happy with it. The orange, however, the micro dark, is flarpy a bit when the gain comes up, but even with the one tube in there, it reacts more like a tube amplifier. It takes pedals well, it cleans up well with that precision drive, it takes lead, fun little amp. But I'm saying that for the amount of money, the Diezel is not worth your time. I wish I could say something different. Also, did you notice the wash machine sound at the very beginning? Something inside is cycling, and I thought that was kind of interesting. The EQ isn't real responsive. Big changes in the knobs result in small changes in tone, and the gain just really doesn't change the structure of the gain much. It just makes it quieter. It does saturate more, but it's almost worse. The lower the gain, it's almost worse tone-wise. Anyway, don't forget to check out the link that I'm going to put in the description from Gear Gods. That's also a very telling review. Lead-wise, it's great, but as far as an amp that's going to deliver something pleasing to you, I would look elsewhere. The orange micro dark with a nice overdrive. Get yourself another overdrive. Get the Randall RD1, the Marshall DSL one. Something other than that. All right. So there you go. I wish I could say something more positive about it, but I just can't. Even the Yamaha THR would be a better alternative, or the Spark, little Spark amp. That thing's a ton of fun. But if you want something that's really going to sound good and that you can grow with, invest in a tube amplifier. It's just real. It's authentic. It's worth it. I had sold my 2x12 cabinet this last week, and a guy came over, super nice guy, to buy it, and I asked him about gear, and we talked a little bit, and he said he got a new Orange Crush. And I hope it works out well, but my heart sank a little inside because I know from experience that if I were, so far anywhere in the journey, to invest that much money in a solid state amp, having owned some really nice tube amps, that I would be disappointed. I just don't see any alternative to a tube amplifier. It's authentic, it's real, it interacts with you much better than a solid state. But harder you push them, the better they sound. Harder you push a solid state amp, the worse it's going to sound, because the output stage, the transistors get hot, and in a transistor, as they get hot, resistance goes up, and that means your tone is going to thin out. In a tube amplifier, because the plate relies on heat to spray those electrons out, the hotter it gets, the better it works, the more efficient it is, and that's the difference. All right. Okay. So I've done enough. We'll see you. Happy holidays, everybody. Later.